Okay, a bit of a tangent for this video. I'm going to be taking a look at some brewery mods by 8Ball today. I was put onto his mods, or reminded I should say, by HIP Games, or How I Play Games. Excellent YouTube channel everyone should subscribe to. Yeah, he did a little update on some add-ons, including some 8Balls, and once I saw those I knew I had to jump in and check them out. Have a look at this mod that you're looking at right here, the Huey attachment mod, which finally puts troops in the back of the chopper. Something every Huey pilot's been dreaming of since the DCS Huey was added to the game. And it's been finally modded in. Now it has been out a while, I think. I posted a picture in my channel about, probably almost 2 years ago, a year and a half at least. It's showing off just a picture that he was working on 8Ball with this mod, and yeah, for some reason I totally forgot about it until I saw an update from HIP Games. So yeah, now's the time to have a look at everything, and let's jump into the cockpit. Let's look back, and we have our full crew, full squad in the back. The immersion level just goes right up. You got some writing on the back of the helmets. Imagine this in the Paradise Lost campaign. We only need these troops to dismount. With some nice new animations. And maybe an updated Huey 2.0. Just throwing it out there to ED. I'm sure it's something they're looking at or having their thoughts in the future, but an updated model of the Huey and functionality which this mod provides would be amazing. And not only that, I have a whole heap of other assets I'm going to be taking a look at today. Before I jump out of autopilot here, you can see some off in the distance. We have some ships that we're going to be taking a look at. 8Ball's got nautical mod pack. First of all, I'm just going to fly down to have a look at his vehicle mod pack, which adds a whole heap of civilian vehicles. Now, I have been championing for a long time for more assets in DCS, especially modern day ones. The World War II asset packs are absolutely terrific, I think. Some of the models and some of the things they put in that has been really good, but we need a modern day update, that's for sure, and this mod provides a fair bit of that. So I'm just going to speed up. Let's test my Huey flying in 100 times speed. Alright, slow down a bit. First of all, let's have a look at the Combined Farms mod. I just love the name of that. Let's put some harvesters into the game. Hay bales, the cows I think are by default, but all those hay bales, and we've got a couple of pickup trucks combined with these harvesters, fully animated, which I think is absolutely terrific. I was really shocked when I saw those turn at the front. Hit the car. And there's the pickup truck over on my left there. And you can actually hook up to these cows, which I'm not going to do now, but you can sling load them. And then let's just turn around here and take a look at this huge array of vehicles. Starting at the front. I think is going to add a whole heap of new options for mission making, rather than the generic ones we've seemed to have for many years. They've introduced a couple of ones of late, but nowhere near the scope of this line. So first of all, we've got another pickup there. We have an ambulance, and you can see those lights are flashing. It's amazing. couple of sedans here. All these are interchangeable colours as well in the editor. Go down a bit. Light variations on these ones, and then we got an SUV. Another sedan, one van, a couple of trucks. We park and just have a closer look at these in a sec. Yeah, we're getting the map vehicles are getting a lot better, but much you can do with those. So having some more assets, and look at this. This is the piece de resistance. All these emergency vehicles with full flashing lights, and the police cars, laminated lights too. Been in there. Fire truck. Just watching, I think, a fire truck in the Bleeding Angels campaign, the intro to that, and having a flashing light one in there would have been terrific. That was just the standard stock one. So have a look, close look at these police cars. The only thing, I'm pretty sure you can't drive these yet in combined arms. If I can do that, I'll be a very happy man. Get a bit closer and I'll come around, because all these have actual people driving as well, so it's not just empty cab. Very, very neat. So I'm just going to put down over here so I can take a slower look at those. Well, close up look, I should say. Ease it down for the lads in the back. Do us. Alright, so let's jump into the vehicles. Well, we'll get to everything else here. Start at the front of the line. First one, oops, I pressed the wrong button. Look at those lights, actually animated as well up the top. So it's got a few rust, or is that bullet holes? A few air holes to make it go faster. Yeah, adds a lot more options for mission making, I reckon. HVTs, following targets, you have putting out the police in different scenarios. I, for one, or for DCS, being a playground for any type of scenario. And will have to be military applications. We can do a bit more civilian applications as well to it. As far as I flew a little mission just before with a Huey called Day in the Life of a Sheriff, the Sheriff Chopper pilot. That was absolutely terrific. Yeah, having things like that to expand things you can do in DCS, I'm all for. The best sim in the world, so why not take full advantage of it. Yeah, top class model these. People has done a few himself, or he's got them, put them in, all in this pack, but yeah, terrific. Look at that. A little stripes on the windows. A bit of a traffic jam ahead, there's so many cars. There's the combines. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. And that's not all, because now we're going to take a look at some ships. It's just over the hill here. And I better hurry up because a few of them are sinking. They've been sinking for the last half hour, so hopefully they haven't gone right under. Yep, they're still up. We've got one on its end. Get over there. Oh, the Mariana too. So I'm running the multi-threading at the moment, and definitely a good 15%, 20% improvement. I've got a fair few things down at the moment, so they're pretty crazy. Actually, I might just step straight over to these ships that are sinking, and I'll come back and have a look at the ones that are passing us by. This is just the generic sailing boat. Like I said, the actual maps are really improving there in map assets, the ones that are just down there, like these cars. Not quite as the detail on those ones we just looked at. How about we just speed things up? This is going to run a bit long. Well, we've got a platform out there as well, straight ahead of me, and here's some ships sinking. Just got them in time. So not only do we have this mod here, I'll show a few pictures. I haven't got it fully loaded up at the moment. We've got the Coast Guard. You can do it as well. The Coast Guard set up in the back and the skins. Down ships here, which you could simulate a sea and air rescue. Yeah, these, like I said, have been slowly sinking for the last half hour. Try to time it so we get a good view. But look at that on its end. Landing ship down over there. Water in DCS is brilliant now without refraction. See it underwater, I love it. These lads are a bit heavy in the back, I can feel the weight. Another one going down, so plenty of variety. These are just the sinking ship options, which you can put in by default. Might just take a run down the back here to look at these other static structures, and I'll run down the line of the other ships. Yeah, this is top quality work. Should be in the base game at any cost, I reckon. We've got turbine out here. Slower. Actually setting up those poles, I think this one is. Helipad on the top there. Alright. I think this thing, you can really feel the weight. It feels like I'm playing that Paradise Lost campaign with the troops in the back. Boats on the side. Yeah, there's the blades, that's really cool. Very nice. Up here we've got a little island. Oh, these ships have actually put islands in the game now. Little landing pad down there. Really nice texture in those rocks. Very neat. And then we got this behemoth of a oil platform. These down the editor. It's my first close-up look too, so just marveling at all the details. That up the top, nice little fire animation blowing out the top. All right, let's get back down and not kill our Huey. Now I've got to get back over to these ships, and I'll start down the front here. See things up again. We've got a few trawlers at the front. Again, there's another helipad up there. There's a challenge if I could get under that. A little wake in the water, that looks terrific, doesn't it? We've got one trawler there. And the one behind it is pretty much the same without the helipad, and it's got the trawler arm up. Oh, it does have the pad, but yeah, the trawler arm is up. Variations, one over here. So, why Huey in the drink? Or there's a landing pad there, I can get in there if I could, but I'm not going to do that just yet. Pretty neat. Moving on with another, I don't know the names of them, another one with a crane on by the looks of it. Lots of options to land on them as well, which is terrific. Name for it, what was it? Nivoli Library. It'll work just in that little, all the cables there. A few smaller ships. Propeller spinning underneath there, so animated as well. Smoke out the top, very cool. Keep remembering I've got all these trips to look back to now. We've got a container ship out here. Look at these ships are getting a bit chaotic. And maneuvering a bit, they're not really in a line like I have them. These smaller ones first. Geez, there's a lot of them. And over here, I think we've got the armed Somali boat. So, a bit of a different, or an extra option other than the armed speedboat in DCS. Like it is on my side today. I'll cut you down pretty quickly. Cool. And over here, I think is just another trawler. You already have a look at that one. And then we have another pleasure craft. If you remember the DCS version, I think it's been in the game for about 30 years. Another version here. And then another one with a helipad on this side. We've got a bit of action up the front. Settle down, lads, settle down. Yeah, I was about to say, I think it's got a helipad. Not much of a one. But yeah, some very fine modelling right there. Then we've got another ship at the back, a couple of tugboats, and the tugboat's got a place to land on. Oh, that's crazy. Not too sturdy, does it? Take a run down this container ship. Actually, let's have a look at the one at the back first. I'll come back to that other container. This huge behemoth of a what is this, carrying fuel, chemicals in general. Make a fine target. Helipad at the back again. Look at the container ship. Kind of curious to put down that wooden platform there just to make sure it's stable. Yeah, we've got a few container ships with the Persian Gulf and assets you can put down, but this one, exceptional detail in there. We're getting chased by a sub at the moment. He's doing a few evasive maneuvers. You can have a few boarding scenarios with the Coast Guard skins. Details very impressive. And up in the bridge. Today. Alright, let's just put down that tug and then I'll probably just set down the other pleasure craft just to make sure everything's above board down there. See how stable this is. And the prop spinning underneath, very nice model. Here she goes. there we go. Do us and sure foot him, or a bit off centre. Not look the most stable landing platform in the world. That's okay. Let's get up. Get up to the pleasure craft and just set down there, and then I'll take a look at one other thing with the ships. This might land in, this might end badly, but we'll give it a go. To come aboard. Well, I think the width is going to be okay. As long as my blades don't hit the front. In the center, let's move it up, way down. Further, I think. Easy does it. A bit further, and down we go, I reckon. Oh, nailed it. There we go, outstanding. Yeah, those blades aren't too far, are they? Look how stable it is, he's not even moving off there at all. Alright, so I'm just going to check one last thing, and that is to go to the F10 menu here and come across to, first of all, that yacht. Let's jump into combined arms, and now we can drive it. We've got our own. How terrific is this? Apache manual on the yes, there. It's a big ship. It takes a while to get going. Do this view here too, but oh, I just love down to ground level at any stage. Oh, this is not the best turning circle. It's could be troubles. There's one of the default sailing boats on the Marianas. Oh, while that's turning there, I'm just going to jump out and into the next one. Getting a bit wet there, but that's okay. How mad is this? It's going to be Flight Simulator primarily, but oh, DCS has been around what, 30 years now. The company, and let's hope it keeps going so we can get all this in the game as well. I'll take a few boat modules and naval ships and all things to control like this. This will be really cool. Yeah, this map's just one of my favourites just to do anything on. So beautiful. Alright, we've got a few more ships to have a look at up front. Got the trawler, which actually has the gun on, which I haven't quite figured out how to fully use yet. I can move. Yeah, I need to learn this one a bit more. Got different options to shoot flares and do various things in it as well. And let's quickly jump into the others. We've got the Somali trawler. Keep forgetting the button to press. Phillips posters at the back there. You can have some multiplayer scenarios with ships on the ground and things flying overhead. So that is the trawler. What do we got? The more tugboat. I mean, how much work has gone into all this to get this into DCS? This needs more attention. This is why I'm doing it. A lot of you probably have already seen it or heard of it, but this has blown my mind when I first saw it in HIP's video, and even more so now I'm getting a close-up look. Couple more. I've got the little variations in the bridges. It'll take a while to get going on this one. And lucky last is the huge gas ship carrier. And I saw an update or a picture in 8.Ball's YouTube that had some animations going on in the bridges in future. So as far as instruments, we're moving 3 miles per hour. It's going to take a long time for us to get going. Images up there of the dedication of these Navy lads to DCS. Obviously fans. Oh boy. Gonna hit that? No, we're gonna clear it. That's all good. We'll clear that. Yeah, it's turning pretty well. So anyway, there's some brilliant assets that you can get your hands on right now, especially if you've got combined arms, even better. Let's see how these ships are going. Not too healthy. Oh, that one is totally bow over. There is some life rafts as well you can put down, and a few buoys. I haven't got them down at the moment. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the look at those nautical and vehicle assets. Oh, it's sitting in the middle. This is just the generic map one. You can see the difference. Yeah, just going to jump out now to have a look at how is our chopper doing. Oh, it's got the doors closed. Oh, that's because I'm not flying it. But yeah, you can need the doors open obviously for the troops hanging out the side. But yeah, just show a few more variations with the Huey, so I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so we've got a modern variant of troops in the back. It's very neat. Ready to go for some modern day ops. Now the skins you can mix and match with the troops in the back and set up how you want it, and remove pylons, add pylons back on. There's lots of variations, and you can do more work with editing the Lua scripts, which I'm not too savvy with. I'm just showing the very basics. This is just scratching the surface of what you can do with this mod basically. Anyway, moving on to the next one. Okay, next up we've got the medical variation with the stretchers in the back. It's very neat as well. Like I said, it'd be excellent to have some groups you can get close to and request them put the medevac troops in the chopper for you. and fill up those stretches, and off you go and have gameplay that way. Oh, my mind has so much options right now when I'm just looking at this. I'm going to switch right up at the next one and have a look at some non-military applications. Okay, the final one I'm going to show off today is the FBI version, but that's by no means the last one. There's quite a few others you can do which I haven't got around to setting up yet. But yeah, we've got our FBI agent in the back there. FBI skin on. It's very cool. In the back, ready to go. Now I thought we'd just take him up for a little bit of a scenario. We've got a bit of a hostage situation down at the Mariana Hospital. We're going to bring him to order. We've got the hostage negotiator on back here. Let's get in there nice and quick. Hospital is just off to the front next to those apartment buildings. Not forget the detail on this Mariana's map, absolutely terrific. Love flying around here. But we've got some lads heading in, although they're going very slow. Don't want to get a hustle on, we've got a bit of a situation at the hospital. Trackar's a little bit slow with the denser areas, but still not too bad, definitely an improvement. There's the hospital there. Looks like they've got it cordoned off. The ambulances and fire trucks on station. Get in there and put him down. Put him on this front lawn here, get in harm's way, but he's an experienced negotiator, he'll handle it. And there we go. He's going to go off, sort the situation out. But yeah, just the options that are going through my brain with some extra assets. Huge thanks to EightBall for all the work he's doing here. These police cars just never get old. Hope you enjoyed that. But one other thing to show off, and that's the train. So I was straight back for that one. Won't be long. Okay, one last little task, and that's to have a look at the locomotives you can put in the game. So yeah, covering all bases, air, sea, roads and railways. So yeah, huge amount of work. Just on the Syria map here, got to find the train now. We already moved on, so it took a while taking off. Yep, there it is up there. Captain. Yeah, you can add all the carriages, assemble the trains how you want them. I'll just place one down just for a quick look. Go outside the track here, so I hit the building. Trees in front of me. Yeah, we've got the tanks at the back, Got a few tanks, BTRs, a few more tanks up front. Yeah, like I said, you can mix and match and work these how you want, and it's actually on the tracks, not static. How awesome is that? I am thoroughly impressed. Dodge these trees and I'll just come back around, look at the front. Just jump out very shortly to just show you where you can find all these mods. All the links in the descriptions, of course, as well. Where's he going to run? Oh. Give me some air, but the full jump then. Yeah, I think there's a couple of different variations depending on what map you're on as well. Anyway, yeah, I'll just jump out into the websites and show you that, and then I'll finish this video off. Okay, so here is where you can find all the mods. I'll put the links in the descriptions. This is the Huey attachment mod. Few installation instructions. Pretty straightforward, just copying folders and files, although I did get tripped up when I made a backup of the original file. I renamed this UH1H Lua to old and left it in the main folder, and that caused a conflict. So when you're installing it, make sure you get that original file out the folder altogether. Other than that, pretty straightforward. Like I said, I've got some Lua files you can edit. I'm not too savvy with Luas, so I haven't ventured too far into that. But there's lots of different options you can do. I've got a few images, some of what we've seen already I've shown off. There's tons of skins you can get with the Huey downloaded. And I think down here is the first time I actually saw this mod being worked on back in December 2021. So yeah, a long time between drinks before I check back in. Thank you to HIP Gaming again for bringing it to my attention, otherwise I probably would still be waiting. Just want to go to this page. I've got a couple more variations, the firefighters and the sheriff like we saw, and lucky last page, which was just posted a couple of days ago by Morpheus. Big thanks to him. This beautiful shot of the Coast Guard camera at the front and the life raft which you got in the nautical pack. So many applications just running through my brain. Right now we got the FlexiCam there and operator in the back for that variation. And there's the telegraph pole worker. He's really cool. The civilian pack, so we've got the nautical assets up top here. Pretty straightforward installation, just follow the instructions on that as well. Combined farms. This makes me laugh every time I read it. The options for that one, then the civilian asset pack we had a look at. And the railways, which I saw briefly. You can, like I said, create it however you want it. Very neat. Got a few variations there in the pictures of what you can put on there. I've also got a modular building, which is interesting. Haven't had a look at this yet, but got one where you can set up a building modularly, just stack the levels wherever you want them. Work by the community is actually first rate with theme planes and things like this. And fully destructible as well. for a few shots. There we go. Yeah, very neat. I wish I had talent like this. The YouTube channel I'll link as well. This is just a video of his showing off the night lighting, which I didn't get to see. Like I said, look at those animations in the lights themselves. Very cool. All the different reflectiveness as well. It's look at that shot. How awesome is that? Coming soon, it's already in right now, so there you go. Long been in. And I've also got some libraries here. How do you pronounce that? Upuaut libraries, which I got a few on. He's got stacks of those, so there's a good link for these libraries as well. It's being used in conjunction with the mod, so I shall leave it there. Download and have a look at your leisure, but yeah, I just thought that needed some attention, this mod, and I'm very, very impressed. But I'll leave it there, and I'll be back for the next video, back in for some punishment in the Tomcat and my rag training. So until then, I'll leave it there. Just match the speed, match the speed. Oh, it's horn. There's a horn on it as well. Oh, that's made my day. Oh, no, 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 not quite, not quite, not quite. Whoa. I reckon it's doable. I reckon it's doable. It's doable. Got a bit of a stretch here. Ease it down. Don't rush it. Oh, I just love that horn. Yeah, not happy, not happy, not happy. Still not happy. And down. Oh, have we nailed it? I think we've nailed it. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh. Gave it our best. We gave it our best.